Good morning, lovely Josie. Very nice to see you.
Hi, Odds. Good morning. Very nice to see you as well.
Thank you. And I welcome you to Wellness for Business at Canary Wharf Business Buzz Hub. This is where we spotlight our amazing businesses. And we have just a little bit of a touch in every session. We touch on either business health, so that could be structures, plans, strategies, or metrics to do with the health of a business, or it could be about the health and wellness of the humans who make that business. You are an experienced wealth management consultant at Mattioli Woods, and you walked into our networking events a few months ago. You've brought this beautiful energy, enthusiasm, positivity, and I hugely respect you for all those things. So tell us a bit about you and what you do.
First of all, thank you so much for all the kind words. I really appreciate it. And I hope I can bring my positive energy even farther. And again, thank you for the kind introduction. As you mentioned, I'm Josie Turi. I'm a financial advisor in Mattioli Woods. For whoever is betting on my accent, yes, I'm originally from Italy. I worked now as a consultant for my company for a couple of years, where I help both individual and businesses to achieve their financial goals.
Excellent. Josie, every time we spoke, I was really fascinated because young or older, we really don't have the financial education that we are supposed to have. Many of us in the society don't know much about business or personal wise, how to invest, how to save, the best ways of planning wealth and for the future as well. So what I'd like to ask you is, what are the services that you provide, to individuals and to businesses like the ones that we have in our hub?
Absolutely. And again, what you mentioned earlier is very spot on. Apologies, I have my cat here. Is very spot on. Is sometimes it's not just looking after the well-being of the business, but it's also the people behind the business, because it's who make that. And again, as you mentioned, yes, financial education is something really missing. Is missing from school. What I believe like it should be something taught just to make really available to everybody, at least to have a basic understanding. So this is what literally I try to do. What we do at Mattioli Woods provide the option to have a free non-obligation financial review, where I sit either with individual, with business owners, both, and we just look at the full circumstances, what's happening, what are the objectives. Once we identify that, we can move backward and create a strategy that works for them. There is no one size fits all. That's another thing I want to mention. And there is no such a thing as too small or too big. Everyone starts from a point, because there is this misconception that only very rich, wealthy people should have a financial advisor. I do not fully agree. I think it's becoming more and more relevant. And again, having that piece of education, just explaining concept, understanding your option is what really our service try to achieve. And we do this with a mixture of things. So we do financial review to start with, then we identify what are the needs of the business of the individual, create the strategy, and we can do a mix of things through saving during the accumulation phase, but also how to extract during the accumulation phase tax efficiently.
Excellent. I also remember thinking after our first chat, how you, as this caring, passionate, enthusiastic person, and you tell me a lot about how supporting your clients in a boutique, individual way, whether they are business leaders, whether they are individuals looking after their wealth, is really important to you. That combined with financial institution, a strong one that's been around for many decades, like Mattioli Woods, as a person, gave me a lot of confidence when I was listening to you. So that lovely combination of the human, you, wealth management consultant, financial consultant, really caring, really, looking after their client and their wealth, backed up by a wonderful, long-term, long-standing institution. That makes me feel confident, It's an important thing for me.
This means a lot to me as well. It's very rewarding for me to hear it from someone else's because that's literally what I try to do on my daily basis. Is giving reassurance to clients. It's the best part of my job, to be fair. Like meeting clients, they become more than that. They become friends. You are with them. You look after them. You celebrate victory together, I would say, and you have someone to refer to when times are more challenging. So it means a lot. It means I'm trying to do my best, and it's nice to hear it that it comes across.
Do you have any examples of, taking someone on a journey like this?
Yes, because so how often happen that let's say you go to meet a business owner, you do a financial review, you create an objective. It doesn't just end there. As you mentioned, it's not just the business, there are people behind that. So what we do, we can start, maybe the priority in that case is looking after the tax efficiency of the business, but thereafter we look after the business owners, their family. And what happens when, we all have a life journey, and at a certain point it's normal that someone want to scale down, maybe pass the business to the next generation. We will do that as well. So it happens often that we do not look after just the individual X where we started the conversation from, but then we start to look after the family and the family of the family, kids, grandchildren, and it's just so nice because you become part of the family. Everyone has also different objective, so it doesn't mean that we started from this point and it will just move straight in a straight line. We will go up and down, we will go sideways, we will just adapt to the different individual in the family.
And once again, how confident that is for people to know generation after generation their wealth is being looked after.
Absolutely.
What is the most favorite part of what you do?
Oh, it's definitely meeting clients. It's definitely that. The personal relationship. Pardon?
I can only imagine that because you are very people oriented. You really care.
Yeah, because for me, what is very fulfilling, again, is meeting those clients. We really create strong connection and is achieving their goal. When I'm enabling, because that's the way I see myself is just being an enabler. You come with your objective, and what I just do is give you the option, say, these are all the options available to you. And I think this is the best one right now for your the stage of life you're in. When I create a plan, it doesn't mean the plan is steady. It can change as our life evolves. And for me, it's just very fulfilling. When we achieve together a goal, it's our victory. It's so nice.
Excellent. Josie, are there any practices in place by your company to look after business health, their own business health?
Yes, absolutely. It's not a secret that financial services is a quite stressful environment to be in. I guess it is, but there are strategies in place. Our company really look after our well-being. We have a well-being team in-house. So if anything becomes a little bit too much, because let's be honest, we are just human at the end of the day. We are all impacted with our own challenges. So we have a referring point, sorry. So we have this well-being team. They have different practice depending on what you require, but they can advise you where to go. And again, it happened to me. I've been unwell. Everyone in the team has been very supportive. It just point me out to the right department, to the right people, and it really means a lot. Beside that, we have we do collaborate a lot with charities ourselves, and we do a lot of our fun activity within the business. I think that also means a lot. And fun enough, we also have a employee benefit department in-house that is not directly, well, in a sort of way, it is actually directed from us. Let me start again. We have an employment team in-house as well. So what the company does, it provides us with a very good benefit package. So we have a mixture of private medical health, different insurances like income protection. This is really takes off the pressure from us. If something happen, we have the security in place, and we do it for ourselves and for other businesses as well.
Okay, that's amazing. So the businesses looked after, but also humans who are making are looked
absolutely. Because that's something I say very often, actually, also that is all well and fine. And I know how easy it is for a business owner when you are so focused. The business is not just a business, it's your baby, it's part of the family. And it's so easy to start to don't look after yourself anymore because it takes a lot of time. There is always something coming up in the business. It's absolutely normal. I see that a lot. But what I say is, what happens if you're not in the picture anymore? If something happened to you person behind the business is going to fail. So it's like they say in the plane, when you get a plane to go on holiday, they say, oh, you should put the mask before to yourself and then to the children. That's exactly it. We need to look after ourselves to be able to thrive.
Thank you so much. This is the music to my ears. You would expect someone like me to say things like this, but I love it actually that, people like you who are not necessarily in business of wellness, but who are so conscious about their own health and wellness with regards to their performance, business performance as well. When you
Absolutely.
say it's a fantastic thing. So on that note, Josie, how do you look after your health and wellness so that you perform at your best? I know you love your company. I know you love your team so that you are the best person for them, for your clients, and that you can serve.
Absolutely. And again, yes, it's not a mystery. It's a quite stressful environment to be in. First and foremost, I would say, as you mentioned, doing something you love is the first thing, paramount. And I will start by saying sleeping well is very important. I'm really focused on that. I'm very organized as a person. I use my diary I use my diary in a very, oh my gosh, I can't remember the word.
Effectively?
Let's say this. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking. Yes, so first and foremost, for me, the most important thing is sleeping well. And I also use my diary effectively. What that means is, so I organize my schedule in advance. I make sure I can sleep my 6 to 8 hours, no less than 6, because I can see myself performing better when I sleep well. Then I block my diary for activities that are for my well-being, because I think it's very important for me to be able to perform at my best. I do a mixture of things. I'm not hiding around it, but I also do therapy. I do a mixture of therapy session for my mental well-being, to improve my performances, to just become a better person, really. And that's something I wanted to mention, because there is this misconception that only if you're mentally ill, you should go to therapy, but I don't think it's the case. I think it's just to really try to bring your best self out. So a mixture of that and a mixture of exercise as well. So physical and mental well-being is very important. For myself, I do Pilates or yoga because it's literally relaxing me after a long day of work. I drive a lot, I travel a lot, so it's very important for me to make sure my posture is fine, and it also help my mental well-being. And then over the weekend, I just like to travel. I like to spend time with friends or do something like a long walk in the park, something that brings me back to nature.
Josie, how conscious are you? This is amazing. You brought all of those elements of a whole health approach, mental, emotional, physical, energy, soul, with nature. Perfect.
Thank you so much. This is the truth. We should always be self-conscious that there is so much happening around us. And I think it's finding the best fit. There is no one size fits all.
And do the wealth management conversations also come in the end to wellness sometimes?
Absolutely. Actually, it's paramount. One of the first questions I would ask my clients is how they are. And it's very important. I do also, wealth management is a lot. Is finance tax efficiency, financial planning, estate planning, but it's also protection in terms of insurances. So make sure we know our client well is very, very important, and we need to make sure they are protected before we can do any financial planning. It's like when you build a house, you want the foundation to be strong enough to hold a building, and that's how we usually do.
Fabulous. Do you know what? I would advise anybody who'd like to have a consultant for the wealth of their business or their personal wealth to have a chat with you, because I found that very inspiring and really informative for me. I have those areas covered. it's really nice to go back and revise those things. And it's, you know, really, I found actually you giving me the information on the spot, but also summarizing it, sending me a nice pack, etc. was again like I was going through, am I doing everything right? You know, have I got everything sorted? I'm one of those lucky people. I'm not on my own in the sorting of all those things.
Good.
But it doesn't matter. We should all be good at it. You know, financial well-being is a huge part of well-being, whether it's
Absolutely.
or business finances. We should really have a hold of that truly. So my advice is anyone who is looking for a wealth management consultant to get in touch with you, really, because it's
Thank
very
you.
comprehensive what you do.
And sometimes, as you said, you already got it sorted, which is great. And I hope everyone can have this. Sometimes it's just an extra reassurance or have a different perspective. I do collaborate with a lot of other financial advisors or even within our business. We do ask questions to each other. And sometimes, my colleagues, they could come up, same plan, same person, same circumstances, a completely different plan because it's a different perspective. And it's just so good. You see how different mind, they could things completely different. It's very nice. I like this job for this. There is no one size fit all. It's very dynamic, and everything can change.
Wonderful. It changes the way of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
So beautiful to speak with you. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and pleasure as always. And yes, hope to see you in the next networking event soon, Josie.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, George. It was my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.